Welcome to Thursday's not solo episode. Welcome, Grammys Granny. Okay, so this is going to be I wanted her, because I have heard all the backstory and like the behind the scenes and just all the things, the little things that you thought about the Grammys, like what you enjoyed, like who you were sitting next to. Like, I think that's the interesting stuff. So I wanted us to basically go over how our weekend went, and people also submitted questions, which were, again, there were so many. What does Harry Styles smell like?
I know. I don't know. Does he? I thought maybe he had a perfume line going or something. I don't know.
Every reporter, producer that we have talked to has asked her, what does Harry Styles smell like? And she doesn't know what to say, because I guess that's a good thing if you don't recall what somebody smells
exactly.
like.
He wasn't stinking.
Yeah.
I don't know where the question comes from, and I'm not going to make up something to answer it. So I don't know.
He smells like Harry Styles.
Yeah,
I remember
he
I
does.
told you on Etsy that you can buy these candles that say, this candle smells like Harry Styles, but
Yeah.
he doesn't. He smells like kindness.
Yeah,
Is what
exactly.
he smells like.
If they ask me that again, that's exactly what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a kind human. Okay, so obviously the entire Grammys thing was insane, and we didn't expect any of it. I know, because on Instagram, so many people were like, why are you in LA? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, they knew that something was going on, and I said that we couldn't really say anything till the following week, so after the Grammys aired. So now we can explain everything. A little bit of backstory for those who don't know. Over the holidays, so I knew that my Memere loved Harry Styles, because every frickin' time I would open up my TikTok, it was like 10 plus messages from Reina, and I would open it up, and it's literally just she's sending me TikToks of Harry Styles. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, he's...
Yeah, you weren't rude, though. You didn't tell me to stop, so I just kept on going.
No, I didn't tell you to stop. So I knew that she liked him. And then I went home for the holidays, and then I was like, my husband had the genius idea to get her a Harry Styles sweater for Christmas, because I picked her name in the Kris Kringle. So I did that, saw her reaction to getting that sweater, and I was like, oh my God, like, she loves this guy. She also got a sticker, put it on the back of her phone. And then there was a family gathering, and I don't remember when this was, like what day it was.
Because
like
Christmas
Uncle
Day,
Luke was
wasn't
there,
it?
like,
Yeah, it was Christmas Day. I think it was Christmas Day, yeah.
Like in the afternoon, all of our family was there. And I don't know, we started talking about different artists and who we liked and celebrities. And she was explaining to everyone why Harry Styles was the ultimate, like, he's better than everybody else. She should be Harry Styles' PR person, like, hands down. So if there's a job opening for that position,
Yeah, I might apply.
yeah, you don't even need to apply. So yeah, she went on. She was just explaining to everyone, because like my uncles were questioning. They're like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. You used to love Elvis.
And Rod Stewart, and they kept on and on.
Yeah, and so she was like, no, like, Harry is the best at going on. So I was sitting next to her, filmed it on my phone. Secretly, I was like holding my phone like this. She was oblivious to it. She didn't know. And so at the end of the day, I had a 10-minute clip of her talking about how amazing Harry Styles is with such passion.
Oh, yes, I was getting upset. Nobody had the right to interrupt this conversation. It was terrible.
Like, it was hilarious. And the TikTok starts, I'm sure most of you have probably seen it, but the TikTok starts with her, like, glaring at my uncle, being like, don't keep correcting me or interrupting me. I'm talking about Harry Styles. So anywho, I edited that 10-minute video to be a 45-second TikTok and posted it on TikTok without her knowing. And then the next day,
Oh, I was sitting there having a morning coffee at my house, and my daughter, her mom, calls me and she says, Mom, you're going viral on TikTok. I said, what are you talking about, going viral on TikTok? I'm not that savvy. So I said, well, I didn't post anything on TikTok. And then, so I went up and looked at it, and then I got upset. I was mad. Basically I was mad because I look like a domineering, bossy woman telling everybody, don't interrupt me, listen to me, I know what I'm talking about. And I said, oh my God, that's on TikTok. So after a while, when we got more into it, I relaxed a little bit. But at the beginning, I was really upset with Renee, really upset. But I got over it.
yeah, now she's over it, obviously.
Oh, for sure. Now she's my favorite.
Yeah. See, there you go. You go from, I started from the bottom, now I'm here. Anyways, so that was living its life on TikTok. And a few weeks later, I got an email from a producer, and it was just, we saw your TikTok. We wanted to get a hold of your grandmother for a special TV project. So they didn't even say what it was for. So I was like, okay. And I know she gets frazzled and stuff, but I'm like, oh, okay. Can you just go to my mom's house? You guys can use my dad's laptop, and we're going to Zoom with these people in LA, these producers. And she's like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? What are you getting me into? And I'm like, just do it. It's fine. It's just going to be a casual conversation. It's fine. Yeah. And it was they are so nice, but they still didn't tell us what it was for. All we knew was that they were looking for a Harry Styles super fan.
That's what I thought, that they just wanted to know how I felt about. That's how I did the interview. I told the truth, how I felt about him. I didn't think there was anything going to come of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we assumed it was for, they were doing some cheesy, super fan reality show, and they just wanted some clips of her and they were going to play it or something. I wasn't expecting it to be anything major. So they kept us in the dark for quite a while. And then I guess after they initially talked to us, because I don't think they wanted to give us the go-ahead until we had that Zoom. And then they were like, yeah, we want her to do it.
Yeah, that's what it's, yeah.
Because then it was okay, we're going to need you to come to LA to film some stuff. But we had already booked our Harry Styles trip. Which
I'm so grateful for Renee to get everybody going on this, because I had told my husband, I said, I would like to see Harry Styles, and it wasn't going anywhere. And what do you do? I'm not supposed to be going at concerts, I guess. I don't know what they were thinking. But anyway, Renee's been my concert go-to forever. So we went to many concerts together. So, I don't know if you contacted Dan or how that happened.
Well, after Christmas, I was like, shit, we need to get this person to a Harry Styles concert. And so I think I texted everybody. There was a group chat or something, and I was like, can I please? I was looking for a green light from somebody so that I could start booking stuff, basically. And eventually I got that green light. So I bought the tickets, booked the flights and whatever. So when the producers in LA asked for us to go back to film, we were like, oh, we're already going to be in LA because we're going to see Harry Styles. So then they were probably like, oh, okay, she really is a super fan.
super fan. Sure.
So we extended our stay. And then she did, if you guys watched the Grammys, you saw there was all the 10 super fans. So it was super fans for every artist that was nominated for Album of the Year. And there was 10 of them, I believe. So they all did that round table discussion. So that is what they filmed all day. And maybe you can talk a little bit about what that day was like. Were you expecting it to be that big of a production?
Well, no, of course not. I'm going there it's a movie set. It's a movie set. I'm looking around, and I want to really get her in a corner alone and say, what are we doing here? It was so it was huge. It was a huge thing. The cameras, the how many people? 50 people at least working on this project, and like I was overwhelmed really, but like, and we had shopped because we wanted a bright. I wanted a bright blouse. We get there, they tell me my blouse is too bright. I had nothing
Too many
else.
colors. We're like, oh, this is beautiful. There's so many colors. Then we get there, they're like, there's too many colors.
Yeah, so then I had to go. They were in the wardrobe, and they were going to give me something. And to become completely honest, and maybe I'll get heck for saying this after, there was nothing on that rack that I wanted to wear.
Oh, they had clothes?
Oh yes, they had
Oh, I didn't know that.
I said, "Oh my God, I'm out of here." But then they were very. So I ended up. I forget if I even tried something because they talked about it, and then they came back and said, "No, you're okay. You can wear that blouse." So
Yeah. Which was like, it was totally fine on camera.
yeah,
It
yeah,
nice.
and there was no sign at all. And it was like where there was a wardrobe, and there was a place where the mirror where they do your hair and stuff like that. But anyway, I ended up wearing my blouse. I went back downstairs, and I was going to wear my blouse. Then what happened? Then they were setting up to do this.
The round table.
The round
part.
table thing. I said, "Oh my God, I'm getting deeper and deeper and deeper here. I'm not the best speaker." I'm saying, it was just like a nervous wreck, but I kept saying, "She can handle it. She got me into this." I kept saying to myself, "She can get me out of it if I have to get out of it." That's what I kept telling myself all the way through the day. I kept saying, but she was Renee was really cool, and they were all super. Mm-hmm. Those people, for the work that the work that they have to do and the hours that they put in, they are so gracious. They are, yeah. And then by the end of the day, I was quite relaxed and felt really good, really. And then they told us, which we didn't, they served us lunch, and then they told us that we're doing this round table discussion. I said, "Oh, what am I going to say?" Like, like it was like you get nervous. Once we got at the table, the other representatives, that the super fans that were there, and I forget who started first. I think it was
Beyonce's.
It was Beyonce. Like, this woman is so charming, and she had it together.
And
Confident. She had it together. She knew everything about Beyonce that you could possibly want to know, and she's going on, and I'm sitting there saying, "Okay, I'm getting smaller by the minute. Like, there's no way that I'm going to even compete with this." And then it just went on, and then Mary J. Blige, and they were so knowledgeable, and they're so like I'm dying in my seat. But it was good when it come to me. They all helped me. They were all very, very patient with me. One girl beside me, the representative for
Brandy Carlisle.
Brandy Carlisle was very helpful, and Bad Bunny's representative too. So I relaxed. I started to relax, and I said, "Just keep going around the table. When it gets to my turn, I'll figure it out." It turned out good. I did. I enjoyed it at the end.
And I knew that it was going to be this massive production, but
Unbelievable.
I wasn't saying anything. I was like, "Oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be cool." And then, there was lights and
the guy with the speakers. He kept coming to adjust the mics,
The mics,
make sure our
mic'd up.
batteries were working and everything. And then the girl from who did my makeup? No, I had somebody did my makeup in the morning. So when we got there, she says, "Make sure that they, you keep it wet or whatever." Moist, yeah. So anyway, so all of a sudden this girl's coming by with a Q-tip and making sure my lips are moist. I'm saying, "Oh my God, maybe I am a star." Nobody ever told me. Maybe I am a
The
star.
guy with the hairspray.
And then this gentleman that was coming around doing your hair, fixing your hair with all the hairspray, like, it was like out of this world. It was like I said, the way. And they make you feel so welcome, and they make you feel like a star. I actually left there, thought maybe I missed my calling here. Maybe I should be a star. It's true.
Yeah. And then in the afternoon, or before, like, the last thing they did was they cleared out the table, like the round table and everything. And they had people stand in front of the wall, and they projected the album cover of their artist in behind them, like massive, like huge, and they stood in front of it. And then they also had played one of their music videos, and they danced in front of it. Like, it looked so cool, but they only used they film so much, and they take like seconds of one shot, which
so much.
We're trying to get a hold of that footage. Like I know one of the producers was using her phone because I was like, oh my God, I want videos of this. So she was filming when my Memere went up, like with Harry Styles' music video in the back and stuff. It's so cool looking. So I'm going to get that from her and I'll share it. But yeah, when they were doing the round table, I was at the back where like the food and makeup and hair was. And I could hear little bits and pieces. But in front of me, it's just like you see on TV with a movie set. There was like probably 15 tiny screens set up that like people, like production people, were sitting and watching, making sure everything was good on like all these different camera angles. It was wild. And so I took out my phone a few times and I'm like recording and like filming just for like our own memories, because I knew I was not allowed to share anything because we had signed contracts that like we cannot say anything. And so I had no intention of sharing it, but I also think the producers knew that I was like a social media
Yes,
person,
they were. Yes.
and that's what I do. And so I think they were like mostly concerned about me breaking, you know, like sharing something.
Yeah, I think they were at the beginning until they got to know you and they knew that she would not do something like that, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah, it was funny.
But when they were doing that little skit that Renee was just saying with the play, you know, playing that little movie at the back and everything. Normally, I'm very relaxed and I, like, not a joker, but I'll say what I think. So I went over to this one girl. I said, if they put Harry Style behind me and it comes close, because I didn't know what was going on. So if he comes close enough to me, I am going to kiss him on the cheek. So she got a kick out of that. She says, well, you do that if that's what you want to do. But they cut that off. But I didn't do that. I said, they put his cheek near me and go, I'm going to give him a
We got it. So the director took the pictures.
Yes,
though. Like, where are those pictures? Like, I want those
exactly.
pictures.
And what scared me the most is when I don't know if you've seen that, when they give you a spot and you stand there and the cameras will be coming at you and then, you know, they're taking shots here and you're standing there and you're looking, there's a whole bunch of cameras, then one of them starts running towards you. They're running, they're putting that. I'm saying, oh my God, like it was like phenomenal. That was such an experience, Renee.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, very.
So they're doing the round table and I'm, like I said, I was taking little videos and stuff, and there was probably 50 people in the studio.
Yeah.
Each had their own little job, like of whatever they were doing. It was nuts. And this guy comes over to me and he like taps me on the shoulder and he's like, I don't remember what he said, but he was like, you know, you can't share anything or something like that. And I was like, oh no, like I'm not, like it's just for memories, like for her to have. And he was like, no, seriously, because like the Grammys are like, they don't mess around. Like the police will show up at your door. I was like, okay, I'll keep these videos to myself.
Yeah.
But anywho, that was our first like day of excitement, and then let's jump to the Grammys. They had a seat for the 10 superfans. So
First of all, when was it that you called me and you said, do you want to go to the Grammys? Do you remember when was that?
Oh, when I FaceTimed you? Yeah, because once they emailed me and told me what the TV project was, I was like, oh my God, she's going to freak her freak. Like just to go to the Grammys is so cool. Obviously, we didn't know that all of this would happen. Like nobody knew. So yeah, I FaceTimed you and you were like...
I said, what? Like, what's happening, Renee? What are you doing? What's happening?
I'm like, you're going to go to the Grammys. It's
well, I guess so. If I must, I will.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
And she was concerned because I wasn't going.
Yes.
But I said, I'll go to LA with you and like stay in the hotel and everything, but I can't go to the awards. But luckily, like the other super fans, we got to meet them at that filming day the week before, and they're all so nice.
Yes,
like
super nice. So
like
all willing to help everybody. There was no like they couldn't help you enough, and we all felt so good in our skin. With like it was like we knew each other before. It was not like strangers, and you know everybody respected everybody's opinion about their star, who you like. They were great. They was such a nice atmosphere, a beautiful atmosphere.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying to them. Like, what are the chances they just pluck 10 people?
Yeah,
you know, and everybody was nobody like had an attitude. Like everybody was so nice.
Yeah.
Like getting ready for the Grammys, everyone's like lending things to everybody else, and we had a group chat going for like the whole week before. Everyone was texting each other. It was so nice. So I think you felt a lot more comfortable once you got to know all of those people. And obviously everything was so well organized. It was like, you guys are being picked up at this time. You're all going to be together.
The museume's going to pick you up at this time, be in the lobby at this time. And it was, nothing was left to a guessing game. But we didn't know what we're heading for. That's the only thing. But other than that, they'd say, even when we went to the hotel staff was awesome too. It was just well organized, and nobody, like I say, bucked the system. Nobody was trying to get different treatment or nothing. It was a great experience that way.
So the van drops you off from the hotel, or actually it was like a limo thing. And the producers met you there. So what did you do as soon as you got off the bus? Like, did you
mean
walk?
The van? When we went to the awards.
When you went to the awards.
Okay. First of all, we hit a traffic jam. So we were getting like pretty late for the time of arrival to be there. So when we got there, they had the police directing traffic there, and they really stopped everything so that we could move the van around, and they were telling us like we have to hustle. After the award, I understood why they had to do that, because everything is so on schedule. So we parked the van and everything went good, and everybody needed to be there. We met Alex, which was part
Producer.
of, from the beginning we knew Alex, so everybody really relaxed. So, we were going, and you don't want to get all upset, but then you're saying, what if they start without us? What if all of this changes? We're not going to see the awards. But once we met Alex, we knew that everything was under control. So we parked the van, and then that was like rush, going into the Grammys. So we didn't really have time to start to
look around.
Or look around, or be scared or anything. We're like little sheep. Wherever Alex is going is where we're going, eh? But once we got in there, I don't know about how the other people felt, but I was like beside myself. It was so beautiful, the way it was decorated, and the lighting. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful venue. It's like you see it on TV, but when you're actually there, it's huge. And it was, or the organization, those people, I still can't wrap my head around it. Like, our seats were there, and there was everything was done for us to make us more comfortable and more welcome. And to me, I was just like a little kid, like I just couldn't believe it. At my age, I've seen a lot of Grammy Award shows. I never pictured anything like the way it is when you're there. Never. And they told us we would be on the red carpet, but I don't know about the others. I have to talk to them about it. But no, not ones that I really think would be on the red carpet. I said they're going to put us beside the red carpet, but we were right on the red carpet. Our seats were awesome. I don't know, but probably you watched the awards, the people. We could see the stage perfect. We could see everything that was going on. So it was very mind-boggling and very. I had butterflies in my stomach, for sure. And when the stars start to go in, they're so close to you. Yeah. When they come by, they're so close, near you. When they receive their award, they have to pass right in front of you. It's like unbelievable. Yeah.
So when you walked in, you sat down. How long were you sitting until it started?
Oh, not very long, because we had been held up. So everything is like rush, and sit here and sit there. And there's always people that just don't move, when you tell them to move. It was not long. At this point, I really can't say, but it was not like an hour. No.
And so what was on the table? Because I remember when they first started to show the awards, I was like, oh, like the celebrities, I think they showed like Jay-Z or something, and I was like, oh, look at his nice little platter of food.
We had the same thing that the stars had.
Yeah.
And our table was smaller because there was 10 of us having to be there, but it had the fruit platter all nicely decorated, and then they started to serve us if we wanted champagne or red wine or white wine or water. We weren't treated any differently than the stars. I really don't think so. They made us believe we were stars.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was a star anyway.
So who are some people that you saw like walk past you or
Oh.
that were sitting near you that you thought was like neat to see?
Well, see, I don't know the names of some of the.
Like you said, Pharrell was right next to you.
Pharrell. When Pharrell came in, I said, I know that guy. Like, I know, I love his, but I wasn't sure who it was. And he had this beautiful red leather suit and a leather, it wasn't like a tuxedo. It was a nice leather
like a-
suit.
it was
And
like
he
a-
was so
yeah.
cute. He was so cute and so nonchalant, like so, like not I'm Pharrell here. No, not
like
talking
he's at
to
McDonald's,
Yeah,
like-
he was just walking through and everything. And I think at one point he sat in the wrong chair, and somebody told him, "Oh, no problem." Got up his chair, went and sat in the other chair. There was Pharrell that came in that we seen. We've seen Beyonce when she was half an hour late, but we did see her come in, and like you could see all the stars coming in. Because we were there, that what's the name that the girl Bonnie Wright was sitting right in front of us. Machine Gun Kelly,
Yeah.
yeah, he was there.
Taylor
And then
Swift.
Taylor Swift walked right.
When you saw her, were you like, oh, she's tall? Because she's really
Oh yeah,
tall.
she's tall. She's tall, and she was. I found that she was really nicely dressed, and I found that she was quite pleasant. Like not saying that I didn't think she was pleasant, but she's very friendly. Like she was talking to everybody. She's not a snob by any stretch of the imagination. So she came by. She stood in front of us for a while talking to some of her friends, and then there was the Rock. I seen the Rock go by. Like I seen. You could see whichever what you people saw on TV, we could see because we were so close, like it was just when Adele came in, that was good too.
So when commercials happen, do they let the audience know, like Trevor or like whoever, like do they let the audience know, like, okay, it's commercial now, and then
Yes.
does everybody like get up and it's like kind of chaos?
No, well, I don't know. No, I don't know what the stars do. No, it was never chaos. That's
Yeah.
what I don't understand. And because then we were told, if you need to go to the washroom, you need to tell one of us because you need somebody to go with you. Because, which I didn't know, that at the awards they have what they call seat fillers. So the seat fillers make sure that if ever the camera comes on, there's no empty seats. So you don't see the empty seats, and so that would get a little hectic. So they'll tell you, and then we got up, and they asked you all the time, you have to go to the washroom or whatever, and they bring you to the washroom, and then you come back to your seat, and they made sure that none of the seat fillers sat in our seats. And it was never like chaos, but they would say, okay, 5 minutes to, you sit down. But it was not like rushing, tripping over people or anything like that. But they made the worst that I found at that point was the seat fillers. Because if they were sitting in a seat and that person happened to come, the star or whoever's supposed to sit in it created a little bit of, because now they're saying, off the seat, that's her seat. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, no, they're well organized. They are, and every one of them. They've got their eye on. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But the time you're on a time when they tell you 5 minutes, it is 5 minutes. So
Yeah, for sure.
you want to make sure you're. No, I was very impressed with that aspect of it.
So your clip, like they put together obviously a ton of footage for each super fan. They played it throughout the Grammys. So your clip was.
I didn't see my clip.
What? Why?
I'm trying to figure out why I didn't see my clip. I went to the washroom once. Was it then? I didn't see my clip. I seen it this morning where I'm saying about Bad Bunny.
You did not see
No,
your clip
during
in
the-
the Grammys.
during
So
the-
then you
no.
didn't see the other two girls either because they showed 3 fans at a time. So
Okay.
it was you, Beyonce, and someone else. But that was near the beginning of the show. So
Yeah.
did you go pee near the beginning of the show?
No. So something happened that I did not see that. I just seen that this morning.
What?
Yeah, because when I seen all the other clips, I'm saying, oh, I'm so glad I didn't put any of mine. Because, even the ones that when we went to the concert where they
Yeah.
had clipped, I didn't see that. I don't know where I could have been. I don't know. Or somebody stood in front of me because they're not very long, the clips. So it could have been because there was people, standing
Yeah,
there.
but like you would have heard it or something.
No, I didn't. I seen Adele's. I seen some of them, but just at that corner where there was people standing there, like securities or something like that. So I don't know if there was a place that the stars are supposed to go, because there was always somebody standing there. So no, I missed that. I did. I missed that.
Anywho, they played hers near the beginning of the show. So as you can imagine, like Harry is sitting in the audience. So obviously he sees that clip.
And which clip was that?
The clip that the Grammys put together for you to
Yeah,
be
so what
Harry's
was on the
superfan.
clip that they showed?
It's a compilation of like a million things,
Oh.
like you at the round table, you at the concert, you like, you know, like
With
it's a ton of stuff.
my hat and my bowl?
You didn't see me say like, oh, I'm taking my 78-year-old grandmother to Toronto. Crazy. Anywho.
Yeah.
So they played it at the beginning. So that's why when Harry won his first award,
Oh,
that's
yes.
why he recognized you, because the clip had already played.
Okay, because when Harry got his first award, he came down right in front of us, passed in front of us, and all of a sudden turns around and he says, "It's you!" He's going like this and pointing at me, "It's you!" And I was like stunned. Eh? So he comes up to me and he gives me a kiss on both cheeks and shaking my hand. And the Bad Bunny's super fan is sitting beside, so she hands her hand to him, so he shook her hand too. But we were told at the beginning of the awards, you do not approach a star and you cannot talk to a star unless you are addressed by them, okay? Yeah. But when she put out her hand, do you think that bothered Harry? Not in the least. He did not even hesitate. He grabbed her hand and gave her, and she was so thrilled. Like, that's the kind of person that he is. So he did that, and I'm hyperventilating because, like, now I know why, because I hadn't seen, how does he know it was me? Yeah. But he had seen that clip. Yes. That's what, I put it all together now. A little bit late, but I'm putting it together. Yeah, so then he went, he went away, you know, like that was, so
that was the first...
Yes.
Harry encounter.
Yeah.
And then before obviously the big award was announced,
we had an intermission.
Yeah.
And they asked wanted to go to the, did I tell them about the card at the beginning?
Nope.
When I first got into the award, I never in my wildest dream thought that I would meet Harry Styles. That was never in my mind. I said, there's no way, you know, that's not going to happen. I'll be near him and I'll see the awards firsthand, but I've never thought that so I bought a card and I wrote a message in it for him. And when I got to the award, to the place where they had the award, I'm Alex, that girl we've been talking about. I went over to her and I says, please, can you please make sure that, because I knew that she obviously knew Harry. I says, could you please give him this card? Could you make sure he gets this card? She says, yeah, Reina, give me the card. I will make sure he gets that card. And then I forgot about it because they're so busy. I said, she might have lost a card in the crowd or whatever. I never thought about it. So when I went to the washroom, we were standing in line with my escort that takes me to the bathroom. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden, I don't know where Harry was, but he comes out from around the corner on the other side of where I was, but, you know, in the same aisle. And he looks at me, comes right at me again, and he grabs my hand, and he says, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that beautiful card. Well, I'm saying, like, how nice can a person be? Like, you know, to take the time, like even his producer was with him, and he just stood behind him, and for him to do that, you know, like, to me, I'm saying, like, he had to hurry because he had to be back in his seat, and to stop and say, so thank you so much for that beautiful card.
Bubbles.
It was like, it was pretty awesome. Then I knew that he had my card. I felt good. So if I don't see him, at least he got my card.
Yeah.
Then.
So that was the second one.
Yeah.
And then I'm in the hotel watching. I decide to have a shower because we fly out super early the next morning, and I'm blow drying my hair. And in the middle of blow drying my hair, I hear that they're going to do the big Album of the Year award, which I knew is why all these super fans are there. That's the big award for the Grammys. So I stopped. This is why my hair looks like this today, by the way, because the one day I don't blow dry my hair straight and do my hair, it's like every media outlet would like to interview you. So, like, this is what I look like for all our interviews. The one day I don't do my hair. So anyways, I'm watching and I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. Like, I was just hoping Harry would win because then it's just nice. You would be happy,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, then when Trevor called you guys up to the stage,
When
I was like, oh my God.
I did not know what was going on. All of a sudden, Alex comes on and she says, well, we need all the ladies' purses. And she's picking up all the purses. And well, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if they knew, but I didn't know what was going on. So I was going to give her my purse, but then me being me, I go over to her and I said, Alex, I said, you know what? I said, I've got my purse. I said, I got my money, cash in there, and I have my Avion card. And if, like, I'm giving you the purse. She says, don't worry, but the purse is staying with me. I said, okay, if it's staying with you, that's fine. I'm at the Grammys. I'm worried about my purse. Like, okay. They must think, oh my God. So took a time from what they wanted to do, which we didn't know, because now all the other people are going, the other 10 super fans are walking to go to the stage, so it put me a little behind, and I guess she must have said, just get the hell on the stage, but she didn't say that. So a gentleman came to get me and held my hand and brought me to tell her about what had happened with Carly when the gentleman asked, tell her that, and then I'll tell her.
One of the producers, like, in her earpiece, someone was like, oh, like, is Reina going to be okay, like, to get to the stage quick? Because, like, they had to go fast because the show was already running late. And Carly was like, oh yeah, like, don't worry about this woman. She's spry as fuck, or something like that. My Memere, like, I was like, yeah, if she's going on the stage, Harry's near the front of the stage, like, she'll be there.
So then I'm walking, and so now I have to hurry a little bit more because I see they're already up on the stage, and like, what am I going to do? Hold up the show? And I'm going, and my heel got caught on my palazzo, so I sort of like stumbled on the stairs, and then my guy was like an army. Like they came, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? They're older men. No, I'm fine. I just was, and then I got on the stage, but they were so concerned. They must have figured, oh my God.
Okay, but how weird is it? Because you're standing up there, and then Trevor says, like, here's the nominees for whatever, and that video plays, and there's 10 nominees.
Yes.
So you're standing there for quite a while they go through all the nominees. Like, what were you doing? Like, just like staring at Taylor Swift and like.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at there. I'm saying like this. Oh, it's unreal. It's unreal in my heart. I hope he wins. I hope he wins. Like it's a vision. Like it's you're on a turntable. They're like it's terrible. So I'm saying, oh my God, what am I going to do if he wins? Are my knees going to hold up? Am I going to faint? Like it was just like so. I don't get that. Yeah, that's a lie. I get excited pretty easy, but I didn't want to get excited there. And so many things were going through my mind, and I'm looking at all, like, these are big stars. And I think Taylor Swift was still standing, Adele, and I at that point I could see Harry. And so all of these things are going by. And then when he finally finished saying the awards, and my stomach is getting really, really upset, and I'm saying he's got to win. Like, what are going to be? I'm going to start bawling on stage if he doesn't win, you know. So then when he opened the envelope, and he was so good at how he did that. He opened the envelope, and he looked on the one side over there where all the others were standing, and then he looks toward our side, and then he comes up to me and he says, "Well, you can read it," but. Not once did it dawn on me that because Harry had won.
Yeah.
I just said, well, I'm the oldest one, so he must have looked through the line and saying, well, let the old girl open this one. So he gives it to me, and I did not have my glasses. So he opens it up, and here I am. I don't know if you can see the squinting, but I'm trying to read, and I'm saying to myself, oh my God, what if I read the wrong name? What's going to happen? Like, you know, what's going to happen?
Steve Harvey.
Oh my
2.0.
God. So I kept squinting, and I guess when he turned the envelope a certain way, then I seen Harry, and then that was it. Oh my God, that was, I seen that, and I wanted to say it like immediately, but it wouldn't come out. Finally, the Harry came out, then I was okay, and I could see him there, and I was so so happy, like can't even explain the feeling because he deserved it, and I wanted him to get it, but it doesn't. You don't always get what you want, and there was other upsets during the night, so no, it was unreal, and then. then and no one went behind me. He stayed near me at the back when I did. Yeah, he did. And then I see Harry coming up, just running.
Well, first they gave you the Grammy.
Oh, that's right. They give me the Grammy. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. And I'm saying, oh my God, because we had already talked about how heavy this Grammy is. I'm saying, okay, now if I drop this, I can't drop this Grammy award.
Break Harry's award.
Oh my God. Then I looked up and I seen him running up the stairs like he was not coming. Oh, I gotta go meet this grandmother. No, that was not the impression. Like he came up there, and he came and gave me the biggest hug, and he wasn't letting go, and he was hugging me, and I kept telling him, "You so deserve this. I'm so happy for you." And I know that he at one point was saying something to me, but by that time the clapping and all that, and that's what I wish the most, that I can find out what it is he was saying, because I obviously whatever he was saying I didn't respond to whatever. I just kept telling him, "You enjoy this. You so deserve it," And then he goes, he gave me a hug, then came back again, gave me another kiss on the cheek, and then he left. Of course, he had to go get his, go do his speech and all that. So I said, okay, now I'm calming down. All of a sudden, he turns around, comes and gives me the
fist bump.
Oh my God, he's coming back at me. It was so awesome. And that Trevor Noah, like he was so great,
nice.
And but the thing happens once that's over, because like you were saying, I guess they were over their time. Like they scoot you right off but that's right. I gave him a hug. What did I ended up beside him somehow, and I'm going back to my place, and the producer comes up to me and gives me a big hug. Harry's producer, so he's giving me a big hug. So there's another guy standing there, so I'm saying, well, I might as well hug him too. But what I didn't realize, he was he must have been not a guard. What do you call them?
No, he was with them.
I didn't know, because he wasn't moving. He was as stone as standing straight. So, okay, my hugs are finished. And then they scoot you right out of there, because they don't want you to get caught in all that melee after, because once the awards are over, it's unreal how people just, But even then, when we went out, if you were just standing there, you would have thought that we were all the stars. We were the stars coming out, because people are lined up and trying to talk to you and all, and oh my God, how do you feel and all that. And I had one of the producers. I don't know if he was part of the thing that we shot, or he's from the academy. I didn't know. But he held on to my arm like, dear, I guess he didn't want me to trip or whatever. But right up to the limousine, and right up there was a lineup for the fans. It was really unreal. So we get in the van, we're all starting to relax. We get to the hotel, full of people again. I was so excited that I didn't have the hotel key in my purse. All that I could remember was the floor that I was on the 13th floor, because I always say that's my lucky number. But there was two other of the fans. So I said, oh, that's okay. I'll go on the 13th floor, and I'll find where I am. But they wouldn't let me go alone, so they took me to the room. Then another shocker. We get to the room. I'm knocking at the door, and Renee's not answering. I'm saying,
yeah, because I had to put my pants on. I went to the door, looked through the peephole, and there was 3 people there, and not just Memere. So I'm like, okay, I better go put some pants on before I have to open this door.
So then I'm saying to them, well, she must have been out someplace. I can't get into the room and whatever. So then when she opened the door, so I said, that's okay. They were having a get-together downstairs. They wanted to go for a drink. And I said, I have to relax a little bit. And I obviously wanted Renee to come. So I go into the bedroom, and I see our bed, like my bed, covered with stuff, just covered. So in that split moment, I said to myself, now why in the heck would she start packing tonight when I'm tired and it's on my bed? So you'd say the rest, Renee. What happened there?
Oh, for the merch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably 5 minutes into the awards, there's a knock on the door, and at first I wasn't going to go answer it because I was by myself. But I look through the peephole, and it's just a girl holding this massive basket full of stuff. So I assumed that it was the Grammys. Like, I thought because one of the producers asked for our room number like the day before, I thought they were going to give us like a Grammys like welcome package or like a gift basket or something. But it was specifically from Harry. Like, his team asked what room we were in, where we were staying, so that they could send her this basket, and it was just full of sweaters and t-shirts and like an
albums,
album,
nail
picture
polish,
book, yeah.
his nail polish, lip gloss, like the hoodies,
a hat,
and I'll be wearing that hat.
Towel, like
that beach towel. Like,
so then we're concerned. I'm like, how the hell are we going to get all this stuff home? Like we were already just under the weight limit. So we like stuffed one of our carry-ons with Harry Styles merch. It was like a sausage, like, and I was like, well, if we're overweight, we're overweight. Like, I don't know. Like, we're gonna try.
One thing for sure,
today.
I would have. There's gonna be stuff left behind. It's not gonna be Harry's merch.
Yeah, no. So, anyways, we were over by 5 pounds, and she's like, just take out a pair of pants and a coat or something. So we just shoved it in the carry-on, and then we were fine. But yeah, it was wild. So one thing I wanted to mention, one of the questions that somebody asked was, did any other nominated artists come talk to their super fans, or was it only Harry?
Who's going to answer that?
Well, I know the answer. So I assumed, like, the Grammys is putting so much work, like so much effort, like the fans they filmed all day with crew and like obviously made the trip. They're from all over the US to go to the Grammys. Let's say you're the artist in the audience at the Grammys and you see this clip played from this super fan. They're saying so many amazing, nice things about you, how much they love you. They've been a fan forever. And you know that they're literally 2 tables behind you sitting at the awards. I was like, there's no way that every single one of those people don't get to meet their person. Like, they're for sure. How do you not go take a picture, like whatever? And so I was shocked that Harry Styles was the only one that did that and did it twice.
3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did 3 times. He didn't.
The only one that acknowledged like the fan that was there for him. That is shocking to me. Also, I assumed, like, when we got that Harry gift basket, and I thought it was like from the Grammys, I wasn't thinking it was from him. I was like, oh, they probably sent gift baskets of each artist.
Oh, you checked it?
No. I assumed that they gave a basket of, merch for each artist to each of the 10. But then now we come to find out that it was specifically Harry's team that asked where we were so that they could send that stuff. Nobody else got anything. And I was just like, wow.
So why do I love Harry Styles? Because he is a great person. He adores his fans. It's very easy to see when he's doing his performance. He loves his fan. He loves what he's doing. And he's an awesome person. All you have to do is stand in front of that man and talk to him for 2 minutes and look at his expression in his eyes. I'm an eye person. I like to look people in the eye. And he just... how do you say, who's his goodness? He is, and that's what I said from the get-go. I remember him from X Factor when Simon Cowell told all of them, I guess, you'll never make it on your own, so you might as well form a group. And I remember, and I liked him then. I liked his joie de vivre. I liked the jokes that he's so funny, like the joke that he'd be doing, and I liked him then, and I love him even more now because the world needs good We need good. You need somebody that feels good about himself and will spread joy and will spread, that's what I feel with his music. I feel that whenever that I listen to him, I feel good. I get up in the morning, I don't feel good, but I put a song on. And even though if you listen to the message deeply, you might say, well, it's a little bit of a sad song, but the beat is there, and he's an awesome person. I wish him the best, and I think he's going to be around for a long, long time, hopefully long enough so that my great-grandkids can listen to his music, because that's the kind of music that we should be listening to. And he's... I can't say it enough. I wish him the best. I wish that he's around for a long, long time. I hope he surrounds himself with excellent people that care for him, people that will, guide him through the hard times and the good times. I just wish him the best. That's how I feel about him. I'm not going to try to put on airs and pretend to hide my feelings, and they can say I'm crazy at 78 years old. They can say whatever they want. We need good people, and I think that Harry Styles is a very good person, very good person. I don't know, I think, he must have had a good family around him, because he's so polite, he's just everything. He's just everything. Sorry, that's how I feel.
All right. Well, this was a nice episode, longer than usual for my solos, but that's okay. We had a lot to cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Renee.
Oh, you're welcome.
I do. I want to thank you. I want to thank my family. One thing I must add, I am very blessed. I have a good family that I don't know if they understand me, but they sure back me up for all my crazy ways. So I'm very blessed, and I want to make sure that I thank you. My husband, Dan, I don't know how he tolerates me, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And I enjoy doing this podcast for your fans.
Oh, I have fans too.
So when you do crazy, quirky things, they'll know where you get it from.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. I'm sure people are like, oh yeah, that tracks. All right, perfect. Thanks for listening, guys. Oh, and go follow her on @the leader of the Harries. Apparently Harry Styles fans call themselves the Harries, like Harries. So we got her set up with an Instagram account for leader of the Harries. So because some of the fans' comments on like what has been going on were so funny, and they're like, "This is our leader now." Like a picture of my Memere with her like pink cowboy hat and like boa. This is our leader now. So yeah, go follow. You'll get to look at some fun stuff. So thanks for listening.